That's right, baby. It's Monday night. We are in the building, and the conversation has begun. Pick up that phone and call me right now. 404-872-0750. You are now tuned into Word on the Street on 95.5 WSB.
You know what they say, we are the hottest party on Talk Radio Live, local in the ATL, 9:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We know you're listening around the country. Thank you so much. Coming up soon, very soon, Angela Stanton King. She's on national television. You know her, trying to run for Congress here in Georgia. Did not do that, make it, but she was on Dr. Phil. We're going to talk to her.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me on the show.
Thank you for joining us, sister. We watched you today on Dr. Phil, and I now know why that rant that you did after recording it, I understand it now. I want to ask you this. Your daughter, Imani, and I almost want to text you this afternoon and say, can she come on? Because I almost felt like throughout the whole thing of watching it, she was the one person that was trying to get to the heart of why you were on there, which was to kind of rebuild your relationship with your son. Am I correct in that?
I think she was disrespectful, too. I'm really tired of all my children right now. I think they're ungrateful, entitled, spoiled bastards. That's how I feel about it. And you know, I was running for Congress for this very reason. What they're doing to our children, this indoctrination that they're giving, this ideology. You know, we talk about white supremacy all the time. I mean, to me, I think that's the first time I ever experienced white supremacy. To have a white man tell me that the black son God gave me is a woman. See, this is the agenda, and this is why we got to start standing up. We got to start voting. We got to start running for office. We got to put people in positions to make laws that are going to benefit us and not destroy our family.
We're talking to Angela Stanton King on Dr. Phil today, her son. And Angela, I'm probably the only person on this show right now that refuses to call somebody, if you were born that way. I don't care if you want me to call you. However you were born, that is the pronoun that I use. I'm the only one on this show that does that. Everybody else thinks it's disrespectful. I watched you today as your son was there. Dr. Phil was trying to show your son, get you to say he's a she and he, and I've been back and forth with a member on this team. I say he, and they keep throwing in saying she. So I saw your pain. I saw anger, but I also saw pain in both of your eyes. Where does that point of pain come from? Does it just come from your son, born a guy, looking on stage, looking like a beautiful female, or does it come from something else?
Do you have children?
I have nieces and nephews.
No, she doesn't.
Okay, so if you saw your nephew on the stage, if Dr. Phil opened up the show with your nephew shaking and twerking his ass with his ass out, and you know that your nephew was born a male, and they are presenting him to the world as a thought, for one thing, as a promiscuous woman, disrespecting himself, his mother, and his entire family, how would it make you feel? This is not what people need to understand. This you know, politics. I'm into politics because I feel like our children need to be protected. But the bottom line is, this right here, this is my son. This is not no play. This is not for clout. Like a lot of times they say, you know, things don't bother us or impact us until they're in our own home. Like I never really cared about, you know, men wearing wigs or dressing as women or thinking or portraying as women until it was in my own house. And because it has been in my house, I'm trying to figure out how did it get there. Because I didn't teach it, I didn't train it, right? I didn't condone it, I didn't do any of that. It's society. Once we create laws and pass something along as normal, then that's when you got a mother on the stage with her children and a white man, and everybody got sense for her. Like, I don't know what I gave birth to, right? Because I know when I was there with the doctor, I knew my son had on.
Oh, we can't do that. We can't.
So
I
think we dumped that one, but just the language.
We're still
so
on radio.
And Angela, I hear the pain. I know someone that has supported you text me while they were watching it, and she said, "Do you think?" She asked me, and I said I'd ask Shelley to get you on, and I said I'd ask the question. She loves you. She supports you. She actually has a son who is just now 17, coming out of the closet. She asked me to ask you, she's with you, but is there a better way you could have presented that? Because she said it seemed like you hated presented that you didn't agree with your son. She said it felt like there was some type of hatred there, but she wanted me to let you know. She said I could say her name. Her name is Pam. She supports you, and she said, was there?
Why do see? This is the problem. See, I'm so sick of society because it's like if a mother don't agree with her son castrating himself, then she hate him. How can I hate something that I gave birth to, that I raised, that I sacrificed for? See, even when people have comments and opinions to even think that I could hate someone that I birthed, raised, and sacrificed for, that's my seed. I can't hate my seed without hating myself. This is not hate. This is a mother dealing with society. They're trying to make her believe that her son is a woman. I'm angry.
And what did you think?
Because I got good sense.
When they asked you to come on Dr. Phil, you were already estranged from your son who thinks he's a female, and you said he has mental issues, and I do agree with you on that as well. What did you think you were coming on? How was it presented to you to come on Dr. Phil?
That they were going to try to give us some type of resolution to be able to at least open up the lines of communication. Now, my son and I have been on and off ever since, he's decided that he wanted to take this transition or this process or whatever. But, there are 4 other children in the picture. He has 4 other siblings. So we're always in communication in some form or fashion. But I was under the impression that we were going on Dr. Phil to try to at least figure out a way to open up the lines of communication, because not only is he doing something I don't agree with, he's disrespectful. Like I don't know how other people was raised, but I was just, your mother, your grandmother, your aunts, your elders, you respect them. You don't have to like what they say, but you respect them. I don't like disrespectful children, even if they mine. It don't matter. Like children need to respect their parents.
Let me ask you this, because you said we've been on and off. What does on and off mean? What do you mean? Meaning talking, or what does on and off mean?
I mean, we'll be together. We'll be fine. We'll have a disagreement. We may not talk for a month or 2. We'll talk again. I mean, it's family dynamics. I mean, I know I'm not the only one that got dysfunction in my family.
Right, and that's what I want, and that's kind of what I was driving at when I was watching it. I'm taking care of my mom now. She's older. I moved her down here from New York. I've been taking care of her, and we go at it sometime. Like, go at it. You know what I mean? And so, but again, to your point, I don't disrespect her, but we have our arguments. We have our disagreements. There was a time in my life where I totally was disappointing my mother, totally bringing shame upon my family, and they decided at that time, okay, we're not just going to deal with him, we're not going to talk to him, which brought me around a lot quicker than if they were just going along with it. Oh, he'll be fine. But I think in your case, I saw what you were saying, that it seemed to me like you were just saying, I'm not going to call my son my daughter ever, but you still love him. Am I right in that assessment?
Like, I get offended by people even having to ask me, do I love my child? Like, that's the dumbest question I ever heard in my life.
Fair enough.
Stop. Don't even come at me like that. Because I don't remember none of these people that have the audacity to even say out of their mouth that I don't love my child. I don't remember seeing none of them over the past 19 years. Not going with me to try to find no money to get no Similac, buy no papers, get no haircuts, basketball, football, doctors, mental health appointments, counseling, school. I don't remember any of that. Don't come at me like I don't love my child. This is love. This is a mother fighting an entire society because she doesn't want her son castrated.
Angela Stanton King. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just saying, we're talking to Angela Stanton King, and the exactly how you sound here and word in the street is what I saw, and I totally understood it. Let me ask you this: are you still fighting? Or what's the agenda for politics? Are you going to jump back in a particular race?
Man, I think it's a lost cause. I don't think there's any hope for black people. I just think it's done. I think we just lost a whole generation of young men, especially living in Atlanta. You got Joe Biden in office. They just signed the Equality Act, made Transgender Day. Like, there is an agenda to turn as many young black men as they can into women. That's what they like. And I think that young black men feel as though that they're so oppressed that it's better and it's easier to be a woman. So we have black men that don't even want to be women. So when you got black men that have stepped away from their true identity, right, then what we have is a generation that's not going to reproduce. This new generation is going to raise the next generation, and I don't even feel like it's worth fighting anymore. Like, it is.
But it sounds like this is what you fought for. If we don't have an Angela Stanton King out there fighting for that,
they're not going to elect an Angela Stanton King. They're going to hate. The media is going to say I'm a bigot. They're going to say I'm transphobic.
But isn't that
I hate black people?
But
they're
Angela,
say I hate my own son? There's no hope for us. We're done.
So what? So are you a? When I looked on your website, I believe you're a Christian. What do you say to people then who have looked up to you and still do support you? Hearing an Angela Stanton King saying, "I give up." What do you say to your followers?
I give up. I'm just living in reality right now. I mean, what God is allowing these things to happen for a reason. Okay, so. I have every reason to say it's a lot. Listen, y'all just witnessed me on a stage with a man that is supposed to be a world-renowned doctor telling me that they performed MRI scans.
I saw that trash. I saw that trash. That was trash.
Man,
he couldn't even get it out, Angela. He couldn't even get it out.
Y'all just witnessed. You all are seeing this. This is no more a conspiracy theory. God has allowed my experience in my life to be put on Front Street for you all to recognize and see exactly what this is. You just witnessed a white man telling a black woman that her son is a female. Come on, man. Angela.
Don't give up, sister, because we're behind you. Yeah. I'm behind you.
Thank you for coming on. I saw what you saw on. It was to me, it was a hot mess on national television, and you got to keep that fight in you. You've got a lot of people supporting you.
God bless you. God bless you.